And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy 1. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and we are on our way to Mount Gulug. Or Gulg, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think it's Gulg. And so yeah, it's that yellow square to the west of us. And it's a bit of a trek. It's a little bit of a maze to get to it of the waterways. Riddled with enemies that like to do things like poison your ass and give you the herpaderp. So goal is to try to avoid getting the herpaderp and make sure we stay on point and know that we go the right way. And there's some nasty enemies in here, Ochus being the worst. Crocodiles aren't too helpful either. And don't be afraid to burn some level 2 magic on these guys. Because you're not going to level that much. I did actually level us up to 20 since we were almost there anyway. So just as a heads up. So, yeah. We got to make our way over there. I'd rather be strong than not strong. How long did it take you to level up? I watched 6 Dave Chappelle clips from one of his routines. So, I don't know, 20 minutes? Not even that long. That's probably a bit gross over-exaggeration. So, yeah. Goals to get over there. I also added some more antidotes to our inventory. Because some of us want to live. And so, yeah. I also picked up 2 extra tents, because I know it's going to take 3 tents or so to do big recovery, if we need a big recovery. So, that's the other reason you know, the cash don't hurt, as they say. Unlike that does hurt, as they say. Let's see if we can get out of here. Since fucker is down. Fucker is down! Which is fine. I don't want to gain XP when we have a character down. He just got ganged up. This is where you're going to start seeing some of that shit. And it's going to happen. And you kind of just got to deal with it as it happens. And just be like, well, that just went down. I guess we ain't getting XP this time. And later in the game, you're just going to have to deal with it. And you may still want the XP, so... As they say, beggars can't be choosers. But once you get out of the waterways, the enemies are a little more manageable. You're not dealing with bullshit Ochus and the alligators. The piranhas aren't too bad. It's the gators you got to be weary of. They hit really hard, as you just saw. I think it was 2 gators, or 2 piranha hits. Regardless, they both hit pretty hard, but I thought the gators hit even harder. So, whatever. We're here. We're going to heal up real good and all. So let me go ahead and heal up. I'm going to save the second time because I know we got more MP to recover now. And then we're going to head inside Mount Gulg. Alright. So yeah, tents weren't helping. I had to use a cottage. We weren't getting that upper echelon of MP recovery. So, a few things to note about Mount Gulg is, number 1, lava takes 1 HP away from you every time you touch something. The lava. You lose 1 HP, hence why we have fucking 80 potions with us. If it becomes problematic, we pop them. The perk of the lava is I don't believe you can get in random battles when you stand on the lava. Now, this is subjective. It depends on the version you're playing, because I believe there is... some versions where you can run into fights on lava. I could be wrong on this, though, but I remember this being like a thing at one point. So here's the deal, is we're actually going to exit and enter this dungeon twice, depending on our situation. Again, we're going to try to heal with potions before we bother healing with magic. We're going to try to avoid using magic as much as possible against weaker enemies. As you notice, the Pyrolist tried to fucking turn one of our characters to stone. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. We brought gold needles for this reason. So, and then we have these fuckers who are just dandy. We can burn some low-level magic on them. Now, theoretically, we can burn magic on them. Let me rephrase. We can burn magic because we are gonna leave the dungeon at a certain juncture here, which sounds kind of counterintuitive, but trust me, it's for the greater good. Because this first floor, awkwardly enough, has a shit ton of treasure. And in all fairness, not all of it's, you know, the cat's meow. But, it's good enough to warrant wasting your time to get it. especially for the money and for a little bit more of that XP boost that you might feel like you need. Hence why I'm making the effort to do it. So you can see this boss fight's kind of dragging on. This fight is dragging on. I forget the pyros are a little stronger than their Earthrin counterpart. Good money, good XP, so you can't complain too much. I mean, you can complain, but you're kind of a douche for complaining. So we get a mithril helm. I believe nobody needs one, so... Yeah, now the other thing, too, to take from this is that's a mithril helm you could maybe pass on buying if you're short on cash, because it's one of the easy items to obviously pick up. Now, we got some horny devils. Devils. Let's actually do that. So we'll bust an ice 2 on them. They're going to go after us with fire. I believe ice is slightly better. I'd be wrong. That was a fucking horrendous performance of damage. Luckily, they're gaining up on murder, which is the way we want it. And I don't want to use fire on them, because I have a pretty strong inclination to believe it's not a good trade-off. The other thing, too, is they're pretty fast, so you'll notice we're not getting our multiple slashes in there with Stabby, Dildo, and Fucker as often. Yeah, see, Stabby's not doing enough damage. So we've got to rectify that probably in the next time we fight this fight. I'm just going to let him gang up there, and we'll figure it out. Uh-oh. That's bad. Hopefully, murder can get that guy. Yep. We lucked out. That could have gone really far south, to a mild degree. But ice didn't seem to be all that effective, unfortunately. And we'll hold off on the potions for the time being, because we can use our magic for some light healing here. 250 is a good number to get your characters to when they're under 200, especially your casters. You want them about 250, 260. To be safe. Fuck, already? Well, let's fight this through. So, just as a heads up, I fucking got murdered by the second group of Horn Devils. They spammed fire too and killed me. So, I wasn't kidding when I said don't fuck around with these enemies here. They will fuck your shit up. But lightning bolts seem to do a better deal. A better amount of damage, so... just as a heads up, that's going to be a thing. And you'll notice that these pyros seem to be protecting most of the chests that we're dealing with here. Luckily, they just hit hard physically. They don't seem to be using fire fuck too like those horned assholes. And yeah, I got hit with 4 of them in a row. So that pretty much ended it, because Dildo and Fucker died. There's just no saving that. There's none. You know, you can't recover from that. Without, like, huffing it back to town. And I just was like, nope, just let him fucking kill me. Don't care. Don't care. So, yeah. So now we've got money. That was literally all it was fucking cash. And we'll deal with this fight. Alright, let's keep moving here. So we've got 2 chests up here. One of them, I believe, is a weapon. That's pretty good. And the other one, I don't remember. I don't think it was anything too relevant. I got hit with some more fire 3s, but we survived it. Luckily. Luckily. Alright, we'll keep moving here to another pyro fight, I believe. Yep. Alright, so almost fucking forgot to hit the record button. There we go. So Claymore is found. We're out of healing magic already, by the way. So better accuracy, less damage. That's where I kind of throw it up in the air, you know. We're hitting things fine right now. We're not getting our warrior is hitting things fine. I don't believe Stabby is gonna get anything. Mr. Stabby's not getting much better. So the only other benefit, no, he's got a mithril sword actually. So no, we're not getting better than that. So yeah. We're going to try to see if we can grab that other chest, and then we might be booking it out of the dungeon just to heal, even though there's still half this floor to go, technically. Because, yeah, we're getting bombarded left and right by those Horned Devil fights. So, yeah, we're going to grab that other chest, which I believe it's either money or it's like a consumable item. So, we'll figure it out. We'll get over there, and then we'll try to book it out. On the road again. Oh god, we're in another fight again. Hey, we get a preemptive though. Alright, let's go here. Oh my god, more horn devils. Alright. And a shit ton of money. Now we're gonna go ahead and come out the way we came in. And we're gonna heal up because we still have half of this floor to still explore. But you know, it's gonna be rough. This floor is pretty notorious for being a bit more on the difficult side. And it's just a matter of just toughing your way through it just to get these chests. And again, they're subjective. They're not the greatest items in the world. They're more like gear that you kind of want to get right away. If you didn't want to spend money in town to buy gear, this is the gear you would normally be picking up for free. So that's kind of a way to look at it. But look at how we've grinded the fuck out of our characters, and we're still struggling mildly with this dungeon. So, and I do mean mildly. You know, the centipedes run away, but they're like the weakest thing in here as far as threat level goes. Maybe the hydras themselves aren't too big of a deal, but getting through here is pretty rough, and hence the lava kind of is your friend when you think about it. So yeah, it is something to keep in mind, because that is kind of a funny, you know, ipso facto thing, you know, to just notice, is that the lava is your friend because it will prevent random battles. But this first floor, unlike other floors that we're going to get to, this first floor is insane on the random encounters, just because there's very little lava between you and the chests. When we get to the other floors, it almost seems like there's a non-stop fucking set of lava, so the random encounter rate starts to drop, at least in this version of the game, because you don't really get into random encounters on the lava. So it ends up benefiting you as you know, progress. But man, is it like really rough, especially for, you know, unseasoned RPG fans. You know, it's like somebody said, should I play the first Final Fantasy in order to play the others? I'm like, fuck no, they are not canon, man. Don't do it. It's a trap. But yeah, you can kind of see that it's a rough deal, but we're getting through it. You know, I would say those first few chests are kind of the hardest ones, because technically the next ones we're about to do, they're more straight shot. There's two that are out of the way, and then I believe there's a couple of them that are like really nearby. So you're not like dealing with as many randos. And then you still gotta exit the dungeon and heal back up again to tackle the real depth of the dungeon. So we're gonna heal up, and I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna head back into the dungeon again and pick up some more treasure. All right, let's get to it. So now we're gonna go for the second big stash of treasure, and again we'll probably exit the dungeon and come back to heal, and then come back in. All right, let's move. Alright, so yeah, let's keep moving here. This is the door we want. Wait. No, it's not. There's the door we want. So you can see all them chests nice and close. But that's not where we're going to head first. Now, this is subjective. You probably could skip on two of these chests that are kind of out of the way. And the reason I say that is because, honestly, they're just money. And, in my opinion, money is kind of secondary. It's not like $4 grand either. It's like, I think the two chests are about 1,000-ish a piece, or less. I forget how much was in them, but I know, like, when I do, like, optimized playthroughs, one of the things I do is I totally skip out on the two chests, because you can just grind 700, you know, gold in no time. You don't need two shitty-ass chests to do it, but for the sake of completionist purposes, we'll knock it out. And get her done, as they say in the trade. They don't say that in the trade, I'm just being a dick. And we'll make sure we use a level 1 cure as well. Depending on our situation, we could just keep going deeper, but it's probably... Whoops, wrong character. Probably better to be safe than sorry, for the sake of the, you know, running the dungeon. Okay, 795, and then the other one's probably about the same. I'll just fight this Pyros really quick, because it shouldn't take more than 2 rounds to kill him. Then we're gonna head to the mother lode. Yeah, it'll take 2 rounds. Damn it. There he goes. Oh wow, shit, that wasn't enough? That was enough. There we go. Starting to get worried there. Yeah, just fighting one of them was 400 gold, so it's like, what's the fucking point? 750. Okay, so it was even less than the other one by a little bit. So, subjective. Do you need to get it? You can live without it. You can live without it. Alright, we'll skip over this for you guys. Centipedes. Bitches in this game, because fucking 2 of them ran away like bitches. And this battle's probably my favorite. It's the most rewarding one so far, because it's little output. Alright, let's keep moving. Now we got some treasure to pick up. And I do believe that there are Pyros fights frickin' skittled throughout this entire area. And that's just something you gotta deal with. Hopefully they focus more on murder and stabby than they do the other characters. Preferably just murder would be nice. Because he can take it. He's a fucking champ. Other ones, not so much. Mithril helm. Mithril gloves. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of the... crap baskets. It's going to be a lot of the standard kind of stuff. I really hate horned devils. Of course there's going to be a pyro fight here, probably. Oh no, lava worm. Well, they're not too bad. They hit really, really hard. I believe they hit harder than most enemies down here. But usually you can pick them off in a round or two with just some simple melee attacks. When they show up in a group of 2, I think that you kind of need to be a little more aggressive. But right now, they're not as strong as I remember. So I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining right now. I thought we were going to fight a pyro anyway. And he's down. Money, money, antidote that we don't really care that much about. I'm just showing you the fights right now because there's not much else going on, really. Look at that. Picked both of them off in 1 round without being hit. You can see the Pyralisks give good freaking gill. At what cost, you might wonder? Well, cost of getting turned to stone. Mithril shield. I believe we have a mithril shield, but I'll double check. Yeah. Alright. So now it's in our best interest to book it and get out of dodge, because now we're done with this floor. Yes, you see this other little area to the side, but there ain't shit over there. And we haven't used anything above level 2 magic-wise, so we might be able to get by with tents. But even when I used the last cottage, it didn't heal murder up very far. So it's going to be a combination of maybe a cottage and like 2 tents or something. But after that, we should be able to kind of huff it into the bigger and deeper areas of this dungeon. So, yeah. I'm not going to make you guys sit through me escaping this dungeon, so we will, when we come back, we'll be starting from the top of the dungeon again, and then working our way through. Alright, so I believe we're all healed up. I went ahead and leveled. We were 300 or 400 XP from 3 of our characters leveling. Dildo still got some ways, but I'm not going to sit and dwell on that. Any bonuses we can get going into this is going to be A-okay by me, because we've got a crystal to save and a bunch of monsters to murder, so let's get to it. Mayday! Alright, let's keep moving. So now we're going to actually start delving deeper into this dungeon, because it's a big dungeon. It's a deceivingly big dungeon, I should say. So, yeah. There's a lot of empty space in this dungeon, and there are treasure. There is treasure. It will make an appearance, I promise. Especially better treasure. But it takes a little bit of delving to actually get to it. For pretty much for what it's worth. It's going to take some delving to get to it. And really, at the end of the day, once you get to those bottom floors, there's no turning back. You gotta tough it out. As you can see that we're doing now. We're going to reach, yep, a floor that's 90% covered in death. Which, by the end of this floor, we're going to be popping potions like, you know, fucking cocaine addict here that finds a pixie stick worth a Coke. So let's get to it. Hence why we buy all these potions. They're at this point of the game, it's like your disposable income. No, it's not your disposable, but it makes these dungeon delves better, and it saves your white magic for when you need it. See, like, there's other versions of this game that have MP involved, and I don't like those versions as much because it wasn't the initial way the game was meant to be played. Is it an improvement? Many people would say yes. But, I mean, if you're a hardcore RPG player worth your fucking salt, you can tough this out. I mean, it's just you do a little extra work, you do a little bit work more than you normally would do, but you get it done. And, you know, look, we're already, like, 4 or 5 levels down or what have you, and we've only fought in 2 battles, give or take. So it's not a big deal, and we've only got 2 more floors left, by the way. So we're almost to the bottom here. And when I say floors, I don't know if they're all labeled the same. Some of the versions have different labels for the floors, just as a heads up. So I'm just saying them as they appear. I'm just saying, you know, we've done the first, the second, the third. Now I believe we're on the 4th floor, but that's debatable based on some arbitrary numbering system I don't even know what to make of. So I'm not checking what floor we're on as we reach floors. It's just I know where I am. I'm fucking gunning it, man. We're gunning it, man. Because there's no treasure on this floor either, and this is a very large floor full of lots and lots and lots of lava. So if you've never played the game before, this is kind of a new game, a new player's trap. So now we've got rooms that are reintroducing treasure to us. Every room down here is going to have treasure in it. And in the same breath, I can say that every room's going to have monsters guarding the chest. I don't think there's any one room that has nothing in it. I don't think there is. So you don't have to worry too much about some of that. But there are mostly rooms down here that you want to primarily exploit the crap out of. And like I said, potions, just fucking chug them. Yeah, I'd like 3 pitchers of fucking potions, please. Just fucking, yeah, give me a, what are they called? I haven't done them since college. Give me a beer bong and we'll make it work. Alright, let's keep moving here. Because there's actually good stuff on this floor, surprisingly. As opposed to the other floors, we're going to start getting some armor and weaponry that's really going to be neato. So, yep. And also, don't be stingy with your ice magic if you feel that you need to use a lot of it, because the boss, I believe, is not weak to ice magic, at least in this version of the game. So we're going to be relying more on just hardcore fucking smashing their face in with extreme prejudice. And that's where our black mage and white mage are going to kind of come into play here, is building up our resistances and everything. We don't have no fire because we spend it on arguably better defenses, which is important and relevant to keep in mind. Many people would say that when we had our options of what spells to buy, we went for no fire for good reason. I'm not going to show this fight. This is going to be pretty quick. Okay. Ice brand. Definitely, I didn't equip it either like a fucking idiot, but still a good item. Alright, so put on the ice brand here, just to give you an example. 49 damage, 95 accuracy, definitely better than what we've got. I don't believe, yeah, our thief can't equip the ice brand, so don't bother with that. How are we doing on health? That could be better. And he's definitely low, but we might just have to bust out something else later for that. Flame shield, nice. Again, that's gonna go here. 800 bucks. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. And let's move now. We're gonna start heading towards the next floor, but there's still gonna be a ton of rooms that we've gotta, you know, dig out good treasure. There's one room you can kind of skip, but we're gonna knock it out anyway. But there is one room you can actually openly skip, and I recommend it because the random battles and encounters offer you more than that going in that room and fighting a pyro. Because it's got like less than 1,000 gil total in it, and there's, I think it's this room, yeah. I believe it's this room. And another lava worm. We need to heal fucker after this fight. He's a bit on the low side, as I would say. Luckily, we haven't fought any horn demons yet, and I don't know if I think they stopped showing up either on this floor or the next floor. I could be totally wrong on that, by the way. But just keep that in mind. I don't remember or recollect them ever showing up too often after that. For 10 gil, yeah, okay, so less than freaking not even 1,000. It's less than fucking 200. So, yeah, that's the room you can openly and I would say strategically skip. Because that's just one you're gonna force yourself into a fight you don't have to fight. This next room is kind of the same deal. It's just got a consumable. I think it's a tent or a cottage. And again, it's just another one of those rooms that you could skip. But we're gonna go for it for completionist sake. And then the next to last room in this area is again another room you could arguably openly skip. So you could just gun it right for the third floor, but we are leveled pretty good. We're prepared rather well. I don't see why we should just, skip over stuff to skip over stuff. Just to show you, this is the level you really need to be at to fully complete these dungeons easily. And this is the kind of preparation you're going to need to go into them. 80 freaking potions. 99 would not have hurt me at all, by the way. $2,000 and a cottage, yeah. So, more money and pretty much the cost of a cottage out of that, which is great. When you're at a high enough level, that's nice, because when we're forced to leave the dungeon, you're going to use a cottage. There's no question about it. You're going to use a fucking cottage, because you're going to need to heal after that boss fight. Even if you don't need to, you'll want to save in case something happens. So, hurdy her. So we're going to be lucky to get through the final floor with enough potions, but we'll make do with what we've got. We just need enough MP to survive Merilith is really... Oops, did I give that away? The boss of this dungeon. But shouldn't be too problematic. We'll skip through this. Alright, let's keep going. Again, I believe there's just money in this room. Ooh, fire lizard. So, yeah, just kill him down. That's what fighters are for. And he usually, I believe, can hit pretty hard. I think he can use fire too as well. So you want to... I think. So you want to take that fight seriously. Good money on that dude, too. Oh, wait. Well, a staff at this point of the game is money, so... Pfft. And another fire lizard. We'll just power through this. Take 2 rounds. Hopefully he doesn't do anything too nasty like that. Exactly what I was afraid of. Him wailing on the weaker dude here. God damn, hit murder. Stop hitting stop hitting the rest of them, damn it. So again, I think those are scripted fights too. So again, this is a room you could openly avoid. It was just money, I believe. See, I just know it's so fucking trivial, I didn't even bother to really pay attention to what we got. I know it's nothing special. It was money, I believe. Yeah, it was money. Alright, let's move. And not a lot of it either. About 1,000 maybe? I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention, so. And you'll notice this is like the fire lizard room. Who's gonna be constantly per round knocking out 2 fucking potions on a character. Every fucking round he lives. Luckily we got a nice hit there. The money and the XP from that one lizard fight, though, man, is primo. You can't beat those numbers, man. Those are great numbers. All right, let's keep moving. I should have brought another. If we bought 99 potions, we'd be in a better position than we are. So this is a very deceiving room. You have each path leads to a room, and there's also a lava thing that kind of treks around this zone. So keep that in mind. But in all fairness, there's only 2 rooms you care about, because there's only 2 items to pick up in these 2 areas. So let's get to it. Or not 2 items. There's 1 item, and there is the boss room. All the other rooms, You ever hear the term, the cake is a lie? Yeah, it's a fucking lie in this case. So, yeah, don't waste your time with all the other rooms. I did that as a kid. I was so fucking angry to find out there was nothing, not a fucking thing in those other rooms. And there were chests in them, and they were all empty, except for one room. So again, that's the whole point. I wish I brought more potions with me, but alas, that is not how that played out. 3 grand, motherfuckers! Fire giants. It's a shame they're so, far down. You can see our warrior is now getting to the point of bad. And we have 5 potions, which means we're going to have to dip into some of our white magic stock. Hopefully not much. We want to make sure we have Cure 3s at the ready. Cure 2s are not necessary. So, they do fucking nothing in a boss fight. So, you know, heal 1 does nothing in a boss fight. So don't bother with it. It's like the cake is a lie kind of an issue that you get stuck in. We're going to get in the fight here. It's scripted. Red dragon. Again, just go all ice. Everything you can hit him with. Stabby will do some extra damage with the Wyvern killing sword. It's what you're hoping for anyway. But, yeah, that didn't do fucking shit. And, okay, here, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot. Ooh, my nipples. This is all we can do. We just gotta try to take him out. And there we go, he's gone. What the fuck? I have no answer for you for that. You just gotta eat that. And it's for a piece of armor, so it's, at the end of the day, it's worth it. And here's something you might have to make, maybe an executive decision. And that's to fucking get the hell out of Dodge. We are in so deep. That's what she said. We are in so deep. I'd hate to do it. I really would. Even if we don't have white magic in the boss fight. We can at least try for it, fellas. Shit. This is a shitty deal. Spend this more on the lower, weaker characters here. I don't think we're gonna have enough, though. Yeah, we're not gonna have enough healing here. We were short. We could get out of here relatively quickly. But that means we gotta gun it back to town as well for some more healing items. And I think that's what, yeah. We're tapping into our Cure 3 stock here, which that's not gonna fly. Yeah, we're gonna be taking some serious damage in the boss fight coming up. So, and that's our last heal 3. We are in a shit situation, fellas. So here's what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna gun for the exit. We've done the best that we can possibly do with the resources we have. I'm going to gun it back to town. I'm going to gun it all the way back here, down to the 3rd floor again, and show you where that boss room is from the 3rd floor. Because, yeah, we're just hurting right now. But look at how far we got. Look at how far down in this dump we are. We're probably going to level again, maybe even before we get to the boss of this dungeon. I doubt it. I don't think we will. We did good with our black magic reserve, though. You know, we've got lots of bolt 3s and to throw. You know, we've got other stuff to do with our boosting with haste and steel. So we did a pretty damn good job getting down here. We got to get out safe without healing. That's going to be pretty bad. We really don't have any healing. So we're going to have to be very careful getting out of here. Hopefully we do, because we don't have warp or warp 2, which you can't get yet. So, joke's on you. So we'll see you guys back down here when we get out. Alright, so we've recovered, we've healed. So you can see everybody's still leveling the way they were before. Actually, one person died on my way back to town. So I was pretty desperate. So we're at the bottom floor, making our way to the boss room now. So there's no reason to not head there at this juncture. Because we've got us a boss to kill. And rightfully earned, because that trek out and back was pretty rough. We were, you know, I had Dildo and Stabby. No, Stabby and Fucker died. Stabby was at like 1 HP, and Dildo was at 10, and Murder was at like 90. So that's called fucking cutting it close. Which I could have tented, I guess, at any point, but We're doing it live. Well, I wasn't doing it live then. I could have probably attempted and not worried that much about it, but whatever. Alright, so let's just heal up with our slurry of potions that we have. We should have enough to get us all the way full with a few left over. Probably about 30 left over, maybe 40. Might even be more than that. Shit, we have more than 50. Nice. And I've used not a single spell to get down here, so we lucked out in the battles. No horned demons, no nasty fucks, no nothing that I need to worry or fret over. And so this is arguably one of the harder boss fights, just based on the fact we don't have null fire, and we don't. There's a lot of things we don't have going in our way. So who disturbs the marrowless slumbers? That's a good question. Who does? The power of fire is mine alone. Those who dare disturb me shall burn. Well, she wasn't an evil snake demon bitch. I'd fucking tap that. So let's get going here, because this battle ain't going to win itself. She's going to hit us with fire, and that's just the deal here. But we're going to at least protect ourselves from everything else. We're going to pop let's pop haste first. And then we're going to pop steel on murder, and Stabby's going to do the same to, or Fucker's going to do the same to Stabby, which may be overkill or arguably even unnecessary, but we'll deal with it the best that we can. As you can see, we got hit by fire too. Fucker and Stabby may also be on backup healing duty if we really need it, but I don't think that that's going to come too much into play right out the gate here. Let's not back off on any doors here for the healing. We've got haste out. Let's put steel. And it should take about 5 or 6 rounds on average. We're a little stronger than absolute necessary. Than we need to be. I swear I speak the English language. So this shouldn't be as bad as I made it sound, but we'll see what happens and how this all plays out, because this don't mean shit until we actually play this out. So I'm actually thinking we're gonna skip Stabby, because really we need to do damage, and I don't even think with steel and with haste he's gonna do much more. He'll start contributing very soon, though, in a big fucking way. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, I'd say about 2 more rounds of this. Let's use cure to. You know what? Let's actually. You know what? One of the rare times I actually think heal 1's not a bad call. You know what? Let's build up Stabby anyway. Fuck it. Oh, crap baskets! We're getting hit with fog. No! Well, hopefully Dildo can recover here. Can recover, do we have Blinda? If not, I think we have eye drops. We'll figure it out. Not the end of the world. He hit for 5. It's not what I want, but... Let me see. We have Blink. Viz, no Ice Sphere, no, I don't think we have... I don't even think eye drops are even available yet. Yeah, so this is gonna fuck our shit up just a little bit. I think we had... that's poison. Yeah, we don't have anything for that. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. Let's Blink himself. Let's steal there. May as well finish out the steal on Stabby here, because now he's gonna have to do some kind of contribution. Try slow too. We can try a few things to dish out more damage or offset the fact that we've been hit with what we've been hit with. But it's not gonna... I don't foresee this doing much more. But there we go. So yeah, Fog, if you get hit with that in the beginning of the round, in the beginning of the battle, it's gonna be a rough fight, but we hit it at the right time. And booyah, Stabby fucking whipped the finally got the killing blow. Stabbed her right in the boobie. Right in the boobie. Right in the heart. Which happens to be where her boobie is. All right. Hey, she's fucking puberty was very generous to her. Holy shit. All right. Flash. Oh, defender of the universe. All righty then. Fucking sweet. And actually, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think we could have bought Blinda, but we didn't. And that's fine. Believe we can start buying things like eye drops very soon. If we couldn't buy them already, for some reason I thought we already had access to them. Gotta be safe. We just beat a fucking nasty ass boss. We gotta be safe. Everybody up. Because we gotta get over to that portal right behind there. And skadoosh, we are out. Yep, there it is. There it is indeed. So yeah, we made it. Hot damn. Let's well, how hurt is our warrior? We're good. Let's go ahead and pop a cottage. That's why I bought one extra. Knew I was gonna need it. And we're gonna make our way back to town. And more importantly, we've got some other shit we gotta do. Alright, Mount Goog. Always double save. Now we gotta make our way back to town. That was a rough fight. It's to me, that's one of the harder boss fights if you're underprepared. We were obviously vastly overprepared, so hence why it's not a big deal that we dealt with that. You know, for some reason, the enemies near the volcano, except in the water, the ones actually around the volcano are a joke. It's the weirdest fuck thing. Like they don't want you to grind right there or something is what I'm assuming, but yeah. So we've got a shit ton of cash, but now we've got some problems. We need to get to other parts of the world. Doing it by boat is time consuming, it's a pain in the ass, it's not going to work. And in all fairness, we don't have access to all the magic yet. To all the magics. We don't. Right? You know, even in the town we were just in, we were denied certain spells. And really, the only way we're going to get better is to, in a sense, ascend. And it's one thing in Final Fantasy 1 that I absolutely love. And I wish it carried into other Final Fantasy games, but it never did. And I loved it when they did it in Shining Force because it revitalizes the game. If you're a big RPG gamer, you kind of get tired looking at the same four fucking sprites doing everything, you know. And these, in all fairness, these guys aren't much character-wise. So, I mean, in the same breath, it's like, yeah, I'd like to actually see something fucking different. That'd be great. And we're gonna get on to that. We're gonna be working our way there. But to answer the age-old question of when did airships appear in Final Fantasy, we're gonna be working on that. Ooh. You're like, why are you showing us fight and talking? I just want to fill up the rest of the episode with something for you guys. I mean, come on. Fucking freaking sweet. Let's keep moving here. And we're also going to be working towards something known as the Temple of Trials or something, the Cave of Trials. And there's a whole shtick about that. Okay, it's going to be important. And it's going to be fucking epic when we get there. Because really, when you break it down, you might say you're halfway through the game. I would say we're about 1/3 of the way through the game. Once we finish up... Oh, people are leveling up. Except for Dildo, because Dildo's a fucking dildo. Stop being a dildo, Dildo. How close is he? Yeah, he ain't close. God damn it, Dildo. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Like I said, we're getting there as fast as we can. And I am taking the effort to do a little bit more in the preparation, and I have been hardcore leveling up our characters and building things up pronto. So you notice I'm sparing no expense on that. We're good. We're good with the rest of this. Yeah, we'll buy 2 antidotes. Keep it at that delicious 50. I really don't need to keep it at 50, but for what's coming up. But it's a good habit to get into. with the status effect items, because later in the game there's gonna be these fucking ridiculously long fuck dungeons, and you're really at the mercy of these dungeons in a bad way. So I'm gonna show you where we're gonna go. We're actually gonna make our way there. I want to get there this episode, so this episode might run a little long. I do apologize for that for some of you who kind of want them to hang around 30 minutes, but or 45. But we're gonna go a little long here, just so we can get to the next dungeon, and I'll save outside of it. That way I don't have to sit here and go, this is where we're going, let me jump to it, or make you guys sit through that fucking thing. Because there's going to be some cool stuff coming up, and I know you guys want to see all that, and to try to cram as much of that cool stuff in one episode would be freaking great, wouldn't it? So, at least as much as we can do. So if we go to the mini-map here, you'll see there's a port to the north, right north of where our ship is, the glowing yellow dot. So we got to make our way to the ship, and we got to make our way to that port. And once we get to that port, we're not done yet, because we got to do some river running. And that's going to be, you know, a thing, is following the river in order to get where we need to go. There's a town up in that area, but I don't believe you can get to it, because I believe the mountains block it, but that would be Provoca. To put it in perspective of where we are, the place with the fucking pirates. Okay, so to put it in perspective, that's where that city is. So, you know, we're still on the big continent, you know, that we started on. We're just happen to be on the coast where the ice stuff's going down. So the water, the fire stuff. I saw ice because I saw a fucking icicle. We're in the area where the water or fire crystal is. But now, like I said, you'll be, if you look at the world map too, I do want to cover this. If you look at the world map, you'll see these places to the north. And yeah, I believe there's some places to land a regular ship there. And we're going to do all that. Trust me, we'll get there when we get there. But it's strategic what we need to do and how we need to set up everything to make our characters stronger. Okay, that's the goal. That's the key word here. We want to get our characters a little beefier. You know, we want them to, you know, do better. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you rather have them be great than kind of like... And that's what we're heading out to do, is to make them more... to make them greater. But it's a pretty stretched out process. And you have to do most of the process to continue the story at a certain point anyway. So this is argued to be the earliest point that you can do this. I don't remember if you can do it earlier. I just, the way I created my way to play the game for my casual play, this is the best time to do it. Yeah, it looks like you can actually walk down here, but you'd get your face smashed in doing it at some point, I would think. But yeah, to me, this is like the best time to do it. I'm studying where I gotta go because it's easy to get turned around here. But yeah, so like I said, we're near Provoca. I believe this river even exits. Does it exit out to near Provoca? It might. I don't think it does. I think you get trapped in there by mountain. But yeah. So yeah, these are the battles that you worry about when you're out here. Kill that piranha. Fuck it. Get in on this, bro. We're gonna be using a thingamajig anyway. Cabin, or yeah, cabin. So use our good magic here. It's a big fight. These the crocs and the piranhas hit pretty hard. Don't be stingy. Show some murder. Think you can do little. We'll do very little damage to them, but it should be enough to finish them off, I would think. Should be like 50. Never mind, it's only undead, so that's weird. Did it work on? Did it work on Merilith? She's not undead. I don't get it. And I don't care either, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Murder! Freaking sweet! And Dildo gains a level! Woo! I didn't see what he got. Health? Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot. That shit's starting to slow down, so... Yeah. Oh yeah, you can actually exit out there. So if you need to go to Provoca to heal, or you want to be closer to town or something, that's one way to do it, but it won't be closer to where your ship is, or where you need to be. Oh shit, am I going the right way? Ah, crap baskets. I think we're going the right way, but yes. Yes, we are. It's never the shortest route, okay? There's never, let me say, there's never a short route. I'm sorry. I swear, sir, I speak English. So, but, yeah, you better run, motherfucker. We're ripped like the fucking Hulkster. Alright. So here we are. This is a great place to pop a cottage, which I bought lots of so we don't have to go to town and buy them. We can go to the few places we need to go to and knock that stuff out. Let's make a save. We shouldn't be hurting for HP, I don't think. Everybody should get a full heal from that. If not, we'll bust a tent, but that'll recover MP and most health. 51, 65, 23, 16. Alright, good. And we are mucho XP till next level, which will be quite a while. So, anyway, this is a great pace for us to stop. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry about the audio in the last couple episodes. I'm still messing with the new setup. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you guys back next time when we go into the ice cavern. Whoa! And we get ready to watch our characters ascend. It's going to be awesome, guys. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you guys next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.